So we had some really interesting stuff happen yesterday with Xbox Live and Microsoft. They announced that they were hiking their price up by $60 for their Xbox Live service. So they were basically putting it up from $60 a year to $120 a year. So double the price of what it was before. After they got a lot of backlash, they landed up retracting that whole statement, and now they went with that they're going to keep it the same, and they also made it so that free-to-play games do not require an Xbox Live subscription. This is really good news for people that don't have Xbox Live and just want to be able to play their free-to-play games. Thinking back to how this was all playing out, I was comparing this directly to the PlayStation services that we have. I saw this whole transition as being, inevitable in my opinion, because they're offering way too much and they're not charging enough for it, honestly. Because if you look at PlayStation's version of the streaming service and also like the Netflix style of games, they have two separate things. So they have the PlayStation Plus, which is required for you to play online, which also gives you free games every month, usually one or two at the most. And then they also have another plan that's another $60. So each of these are $60 a piece. The other one is PlayStation Plus, which is the streaming service, which is the Netflix basically of PlayStation. So that way you can play a bunch of different types of games. You can also stream it without downloading it, similar to what's going on with Xbox right now with the cloud. What's going on right now with Microsoft is that they're charging $60, essentially the same price as a PlayStation Plus, but they're offering basically both subscription things that PlayStation have, and they're giving it for less than what they're worth. Not only is Xbox offering double of what PlayStation is offering, they're also having day one games come on there for free, basically. So you don't have to purchase a $60 game as soon as it comes out. It goes straight on the Xbox Live. I could see that being really costly for them, especially like going forward when they have to, buy rights to all this stuff. They have to buy exclusivity. This is going to be really expensive for them. I'm 100% certain that they're eventually going to come up with some kind of price hike without trying to disrupt everybody, because I guess this was their attempt to try to okay, we're going to see if we can get away with a $60 increase, but that's huge. That's a lot of money to ask of people that were already spending very little, especially when Xbox Live used to be like $1 for a month, So I was subscribing every time I saw that was $1 a month. I was like, fuck it, I'll subscribe for a little bit. And, I took advantage of a little bit of the games. There's not really a whole lot of stuff on there that I found super amusing, I definitely get more mileage out of the PlayStation Pluses. Not PlayStation Plus, but the PlayStation Now thing that they have going on. But still, even that, I'm planning to unsubscribe from that as well, because I played most of the games that I cared about, Since for me, I didn't have a PlayStation 3, so I was catching up on a lot of Sony exclusives that I never played before, like Uncharted and all that stuff. And I still haven't played through all those games. So I'm still very behind on those as well. But when it comes to Xbox, there hasn't really been a whole lot of stuff. So I think going forward, we're just gonna have to wait until they start getting those day one games, especially when Halo Infinite comes out and all that. I'm pretty certain that more people are gonna subscribe to their service just because they want to be able to play it. And when you look at what's going on with the streaming industry in general, even companies like Netflix, Disney Plus, all the Hulus and all that stuff, they're all going through a hard time right now with people that are subscribing just to see the series, and then they basically unsubscribe the moment that their series is over. So this is going to start happening with gaming as well. And I'm sure it's already happening right now as we speak, because who the hell has money to be spending on multiple subscription services? Because you think about it, there's Netflix, there's Hulu, there's Amazon Prime, there's Xbox Live, and then you also have a PlayStation, so you need the PlayStation Plus, and then you got a Nintendo Switch, so you need the Nintendo fucking online thing. Like, it's just way too many subscription services, and it's really hard for people to be able to even afford like a few of them. You know what I mean? Like, it's pretty insane to have so many different types of services. Pretty much it gets to the point where you're gonna have to make an educated decision and say, okay, is this worth staying with? Because, you know, it has to be worth my money. You know what I mean? So going down the road, we just got to see where Xbox is going with all this. And I'm sure they're gonna hike their price, even if it's by another $5 or something. They're gonna do something, because I'm sure that they're losing money at this point. They're probably not making the profits that they're really looking for. And the only way that they're going to be able to do that really is if they get like millions and millions and millions of people that are like subscribed to their service, you know? And I guess this is their way of doing it, is by, you know, trying to get on the good side of consumers instead of trying to do the scummy corporation stuff of trying to, like, you know, nickel and dime people monetization style. Like all these free-to-play games, for example, they say free-to-play, but are they really free-to-play? You know what I mean? Like there's always a catch. You know what I mean? It's like it kind of reminds me of fishing. You know, if you go out, you're gonna throw your line in there, and you're hoping to catch a fish, and hopefully it's big enough for you to eat it too. You know what I mean? So that's basically what all these free-to-play games are doing. They're trying to catch people that have money so they can spend more money within the game. Of course, they need to make money, so we'll see how this goes. But anyways, let me know your thoughts on this whole situation, and I will see you guys on the next video. All right? Later, y'all.